Hey guys, it's me, Marty, and welcome to this edition of Tutorial Tuesday. So today I am doing a full face of Tarte makeup. I have recently gotten some things, or not even recently got them, but I had them for a while and I had them in the makeup warehouse, which is like my products I haven't used yet. So I wanted to try this lipstick out and I was like, well, since I have this lipstick and this concealer to try out, I'm going to just go ahead and do a Tarte full face. So almost everything I used on my face today was Tarte. There were some things I don't have from them, so I had to use other stuff for, but everything I used on camera today is all by Tarte. So I hope you enjoy this tutorial, and if you want to see how I got this look, how I use just Tarte product, and I put some price points in there as well for y'all, as far as like price point that I paid and MSRP price. So if you want to see how I got this look and what the prices are on all the products, you can just keep on watching. Thanks. Okay guys, so the first thing we're going to do in our Tarte Cosmetics full face tutorial, I already have my eyes primed, face is moisturized, brows are done. So now I'm going to start with the Tarte Double Duty Beauty Base Tape primer. It is a hydrating primer and I use this a lot. In any of my videos, you know I use this a ton because it is exactly what it says. It's super hydrating, and as long as I can remember, I haven't had any issues with it, like as far as my makeup coming off or anything. I just it is so moisturizing, and I always do the 5 dots just like I do my foundation, and then I'll go back, blend it out, and if I need more, I'll just if you are somebody who purchased the Tartelette Volt, or you got the Tartelette Volt last year, I got it. It had the original Tartelette palette, it had the Tartelette Toasted palette, and this one, the Tartelette in Bloom palette. Now, I usually use my favorite one of the three is actually the original Tartelette palette because it's all matte shades, but today, since I'm going to be doing a matte lip, I'd rather stick to one that is a full mixture palette with shimmers. I meant shimmers and mattes. I don't know what I would mean by light. Okay guys, so let's get a little bit closer. This ring light today is just being such a butt. Okay, so I'm going to do this eye with you guys, and then I'm going to do this one off camera. Yeah, I had the other day when I opened this to do something, one of the colors cracked, one of the little chunks, and it's funny girl, and it's like probably the shade I actually use the most. Okay guys, so the first thing I'm going to do is my transition shade, and for said transition shade we're going to go with Rebel, which is this shade right here. I'm just going to dip this big fluffy brush into it, and I am going to have to pull my eye. I know that's so bad for your skin or whatever, but I don't care. I can't really, I need what am I going to do? So I'm going to just tug my eye a little bit, and I'm going to start at the lash line, and I'm going to bring it all the way up to the corner of my brow, just like this. So transition is good. This look is going to be pretty neutral, only because, again, this palette lends itself to be really neutral. Like, there's not a whole lot of, bright, crazy colors. Not that bright, crazy colors are bad. They're not. I love a good look sometimes. But for the crease color, I'm going to go in with Eater, which is this really kind of raisiny brown color. Now, something about these palettes, they are very, very, very pigmented. So you got to be careful and make sure you know what you're doing when you use them, because, like, for this one, I'm going to have to use a teeny tiny little bit, because if not, it's going to really make a deep color on there. So I'm just going to kind of dab in like that, not a lot. Again, I'm going in with Leader, which is right here. I'm going to take a little tiny bit, and I'm going to start on the outside corner of the crease, which is right about here. Then I go back into Leader a little bit more because it's not really carrying all the way over to my crease like I wanted to. It's mostly stopping right there, and that's probably that Smashbox primer I'm using. It's a really good primer, but it just does not budge once you put it on with them. Okay guys, so far so good. I'm going to go in with this Glamour Dolls brush, which it's a Glamour Dolls Rose Gold brush, and you see how the shade's kind of like pointy at the top, so all I'm going to do is use that to kind of blend out the colors I have so far. And the reason I'm using this one instead of a big fluffy brush is because we're not done yet. I'm really trying to keep it in this area where it is, instead of going all over the place and being crazy. I'm sorry about my voice too. I have a little headache right now. It's been raining all day. Been a little bit crazy. So, okay, let me go grab my milk so I can chisel out my lid with y'all. Okay guys, so again, I have milk on my lid and milk, if you don't know, is the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Milk. It's like a go-to for a lot of people. So now I'm going to work on my lid. Y'all know I love lid work. So today we are going to use, I think I want to do it says Jet Setter, which is this first color, and on the corner I'm going to use Funny Girl because that's my favorite shade in here. So Jet Setter, again, I'm using this fluffier flat eyeshadow brush for the mattes. So I'm going to go in, again, I don't know if I said this last time, but I'm going to go in with Jet Setter right here, which is this kind of taupey beige color. I'm just going to dip in there. And what I'm going to do with it is I'm going to hold my eye back a little bit, and I'm just going to pat it onto the outer half of my lid. Now again, I do know some people are going to say this is a really neutral look, but I kind of like to use these palettes in a way that you could use them on a daily basis. Because for me, I'm not always going to prom or a wedding or wherever. Sometimes I'm just going to the mall. And honestly, I really do believe that Tarte, I think that's the strength, one of the strengths of Tarte, that they can kind of play both sides. Again, for the inner corner, I'm going to go with Funny Girl. And I'm also going to use that for my tear duct and probably my eyebrow, my brow bone. Putting this on. Again, guys, I'm using a much a much more compact, flatter eyeshadow brush. So this flat eyeshadow brush. Okay, and if you do want to know the reasoning behind using two different brushes, it's mostly because of the fact that these flatter, denser brushes, they pick up more of the pigment. So like when you're using glitter, you want it to be a little flatter than the big fluffy one, because that glitter will get all over the place and you don't want to do that. I mean, if you do, knock yourself out, but for me, I don't want to do that. I'm going to go back with Funny Girl again, and I'm going to use it in my eyebrow. Did y'all just see that actually happen? It is like so pretty. And I do have other highlighters I could have used there, but since it's a Tarte full face Tarte tutorial, I prefer to use as much Tarte as I can. Like, I don't have any Tarte eyebrow stuff, so that's why I used Anastasia, but I'm doing that off camera. So everything I'm going to do on camera with you guys is going to be Tarte. So one more piece of this little puzzle here, and that shall be eye contour, which is what I usually consider dotting my V. Actually, let me blend everything out first. Okay, so I'm going to use this SL Miss Glam Blend Beauty Brush, which is this one right here. And I'm not using a huge one like I usually do, just because of the fact that I kind of like this line here by my nose. So I'm not going to, I want to use something smaller that'll blend out just what I want it to blend out. So I always have a headband on, but I have a headache, so I didn't want to put a headband on. And now I'm realizing how much I miss the headband. So again, just doing little circles, trying to avoid this little line right here, because I want that gold, that Funny Girl color to show. So next for our eye contour brush, I'm going to go in with this brush from Shani. It is literally called an eye contour brush, so I figured it would be good for this part. I'm going to go in with Leader, which was the color we used in our crease earlier. The reason I'm using it is because on this more compacted brush, I think it's going to give us a good color. So again, I'm just going to dip very light-handedly into Leader, which is right here. Just real quick. Little dab there. And again, I'm going to do this with you guys because I can't get that. I don't want it to have like creases in it. So I'm just dotting my V just like that. And just like that. Okay, so since this color is a little darker and a little more pigmented than the rest of it, I am going to use this bigger brush because I do want to spread that pigment around. And I'm going to just very lightly blend this out a little bit. Okay, so one more time, just want to show you with this Elizabeth Mott blending brush. I'm going to go in and I'm going to just tug at it a little bit and I'm going to fill it in. So see the difference between what we had and what we have now? It's just a little bit lighter and a lot more blended. And I know I showed you on the other album, I'm going to show you on this one too because it still is a little dark. I'm just pulling it up into the crease, which is another good thing about using the same color twice. It'll blend a little better since it really has the same color story. Pulling this into a little and pulling it out to the top. And we're done with our eye look for now. We're going to come back a little later and do the tear duct. But other than that, we're done with the eye look. Okay, guys. So I'm pretty sure that y'all already see that I have color corrected my face and everything. So now I'm going to go to our next Tarte product, which is the Tarte Double Duty Beauty Shape Tape Hydrating Foundation. So this one, when I first tried it, I didn't like it. I thought it was too yellow. The shade, I think, is too yellow for me. But you can kind of balance it out after you start spreading it out, and it'll kind of help out your skin. When I bought it at ULTA, I was matched by one of the associates that kind of walk around and help people on the prestige side, and I got this on I think it was the 21 Days of Beauty one year. So I like the applicator of this. This is a hydrating version. They had the hydrating and the matte. I was going to get the matte, but at the last minute I changed my mind and decided to go with the hydrating one. So mostly because of the fact that when I first got this, I actually had just had surgery. So so between all the medications I was on and all that stuff, it was quite annoying, and I wanted to do the hydrating one instead. Okay. My foundation with a beauty blend is actually kind of working today. And the thing I like about that bottle, you can almost use that little stem and to make it like go anywhere from, like, you can apply it straight to your face as a concealer too with the wand. You can go back, like Clinique did that for a while, where they had this one thing and they kept like you could use it as both. It was like an all-in-one thing. And I thought that was cool because, one, you want your concealer, if you're doing a concealer like to hide spots and stuff, you want it to be the same exact shade, because you don't want to have, like, you're already trying not to draw attention to a pimple or a scar or whatever it is, and then this conditioner, oh my god, what's wrong with me? And then this concealer is going to come out and, like, make it show even more. You don't want to do that, so I like that idea. So, but today, instead of doing that, I have something very special that I cannot wait to open. So this I got this year at the 21 Days of Beauty. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Now on here it says contour, but it's contour concealer, whatever. So let me open the box. I always loved Tarte's packaging. This is actually the first time I've used this full size one. I got a smaller one in an Ipsy bag, and I put it in my travel thing, and literally I use it every time I do my makeups. I cannot remember the price, but this is not like a first impression Fridays anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. But I will go ahead and put the price down there at the bottom for you, just so you can know the deal that I got at the 21 Days of Beauty. This concealer, I cannot say enough good things about. It is literally my favorite concealer ever. If you notice, the applicator is similar to the foundation. It is just beautiful. It blends really, really well. And that's important because I always use these for highlight and contour. And to brighten up the under eye, to go through and spot, so you see all my little spots I'm doing, to go through and spot, correct, and stuff like, it's just a really, really good concealer. So all I'm doing is trying to bring light to the areas that are darker. So yeah, I use it like a cream contour too, because it's just so good. Like I said, I love this concealer. I don't think I've ever actually purchased a concealer this big. I've gotten some sent to me, and I have also I've gotten some sent to me, and I've received a lot in Ipsy, but they're always little sizes. I've never, that I can remember, purchased a full size concealer. Now again, let me be very clear, this was definitely on sale, so I didn't pay full price for it, but you know, as soon as I saw it, I was like, okay, I know what I gotta wait for the 21 Days of Beauty, for sure, this Tarte. And again, I love it because if you need to make any part of your face brighter, this is, and I have the shade medium, and actually that's the shade that Ipsy originally sent me, was medium. So I'm going back in with that foundation brush I used a little while ago, just to blend out these edges. And if you notice, I'm not really dragging the brush, I'm just kind of like pushing it in, almost like a beauty blender again, but that's just because I just don't like it looking like it's PC. Okay, guys, so the one I wanted to use is right here. Or not that I wanted to use it, but I'm using this to kind of push the concealer, the highlight of the cream concealer into my skin and just blend it out a little bit more. And there's some spots that were too small for that big brush, making sure we got no edges. So, face for now is done. I'm going to go and bake and do some other stuff, and I will come right back to you guys with my bake on so we can finish our under eye. While I'm baking, so while I'm baking, because I'm always late to everything, while I'm baking, I'll usually try to do a lot of stuff. I'll do like my blush if I can. I'll do my lipstick. I'll do a bunch of things just so that way I get the full effect of the baking, but I'm not wasting time just sitting around with 10 minutes to bake. So I'll either start getting dressed or do my hair or whatever the case is. So this sample of the Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in Quirky, I got this from Ipsy a while back. They sent me another one, and it instantly became my favorite blush because I don't like a super pink blush. I am much more of a rose gold is what I call it kind of girl. I don't like super bright pink. I like something that pulls gold because my skin is pretty golden, so I like something with golden undertones. So again, blush, apples of your cheeks. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I was not a super blush girl for a while. And then when I got older, I just kind of like the little flush of color. Like, it's not too much, it's not a super big amount. It's just enough to kind of make a look happen. Yeah, so I'm gonna go do my liner off camera and everything, and then we'll do mascara together. Okay guys, so we are almost finished with this look. You can see I'm now highlighted, contoured, blushed, everything. Just about done now. So I'm gonna take the Tartelette in Bloom palette that we used last time. I mean, not last time, but the one we used earlier today. So we're gonna go in with Funny Girl. Yeah, we're gonna go in with Funny Girl, and I'm gonna just pop that right in my tear duct. So you see the difference, super duper. And then on the bottom of my lash, so like bottom lashes, I'm going to go in with Rebel, which is the shade, which if you remember was our transition color earlier. And I'm going to use that just to kind of smudge out my under eye area. And we are going to go back in with a regular dark like pencil liner and tight line and everything, but I'm not going to do that on here because we don't really need it because it's not a Tarte product. But before we get into any of that, I'm going to do my mascara with y'all. Okay guys, so as far as mascaras, Tarte gets quite a following with their mascara, and I have to say I don't think I've ever been super impressed with any of them. Today I'm going to use Man Eater. The packaging is everything though. I love their packaging, but packaging only goes so far if I don't like the product. So the Better Than Blank, y'all know what I mean by blank, mascara is like a cult favorite. Like, people love that. I literally think that it is just because of the name. I think people just like to say it, they like to see it, but I don't like it. I mean, if that's the case, then child, I've been doing it wrong. So we need to figure out what it is that's making, if that's better than blank, then you know. But anyway, so I just don't really care too much for their mascaras, but hopefully this Man Eater mascara will prove me wrong. I think I got this as a free redemption at Ulta. I can't really remember. I have so much makeup now, I can't remember where I got stuff. I know based on the size it was a sample. It was either an Ipsy find, or they or I got it as a redemption at Ulta. Or not even a redemption, like when you buy something you get something for free. A GWP, gift with purchase. So the way I apply my mascara, I know we talked about this before. So I roll at the bottom because that's the base, and you want to get that up in a way. If you do that, then you'll be good to go. You know, you'll be good as far as it being curled and staying curled is concerned. Use my eyelash curler, and I know that there's controversy about this because some people will do it and it'll like get stuck and pull their eye a little bit, or pull their lashes, or even pull their lashes out. So you have to do this at your own risk. I've never personally had an issue with it, but I know a lot of people that have. So, and another thing about curling your lashes, make sure that your eyeliner is completely dry, because if it's not, you're gonna turn around and kind of take it back off again. Push it up and pump, 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 pump. And then I'm just gonna hold it there for a second. Alrighty. So, ooh, it came out decent today. I don't usually like how my mascara comes out, but it looks good today. So now, and the reason I switch hands is because when you fan it out, you get it to go this way. When you fan it in, you get it to go this way. So in order to get the straightest to get the straightest lash situation going on, where it's, you know, right where you want it, I switch hands to pull it to the other side, because visually that gives you a look that it'll make them thicker, and they'll pop a little more. So that is our mascara. I'm going to let it dry down, and while it's drying down, because I do want to do another curl on them, but I just want them to dry first. At this point where our makeup is almost finished, if you would mess up now, you could wind up having to either do everything again, or just, you know, honestly, it was gonna sound horrible, especially since I'm doing a tutorial with y'all, but I personally do not like going back and taking it off. So I will just leave a mascara thing or whatever, because you know what, if you're looking at me that hard, something is wrong anyway. So okay, and while we are waiting on this mascara to dry, I am going to do my lipstick right now. I'm not going to use a lip liner today, even though I usually do, just because I just really want to see the color of this actual lipstick. So okay, that's important. Lip balm blotting. If you do a lip balm right before, like in this case, I'm using a matte lipstick. So I definitely needed to hydrate my lips first. Make sure that you blot it off, because it can affect how long your lipstick lasts, and if it dries all the way down, and that's just kind of the nature of it. So want to make sure you get your excess off. Today I'm using for my lipstick the Tarteist Tarteist lip paint, matte lip paint, and I have the shade Home Slice. Something about this full tube of lipstick, Ulta actually gave it to me for free for my birthday. The birthday redemption was a Tarte lipstick. And another thing about it, there's a lot of times they'll give you something free and you're looking at it like, that's why I hate this color, this is horrible. But in this case, what Ulta decided to do is they had like, I don't even know how many shades, but there was a bunch of shades you could pick from. And I remember this specifically when I bought it because the girl kept calling it Homicide. And I was like, who wants a lipstick named Homicide? But it's Home Slice, so anyway. So I'm rolling the applicator on the top against my lip because when you use it, when they come out, sometimes I'll have a lot, like you see all that extra that's on there. Okay, it's a lot more orangey than I was expecting. It's pretty though, but it's just, I was expecting it to be quite so orange. Like when I wear it again, I'll probably line it with a darker liner just so it could tone that orange down just a smidge. So now I'm going to take my curler again and I'm going to show y'all another trick I do, which I actually haven't done this in a while, but I'm going to do with y'all today. So what I do is I will take the curler. Okay, so what I do is this. I'll push my eyelash curler against the lashes where they need to be. And then what I'll do is take a finger and I will press down on them. It just makes that curl hold a little better. Like it'll definitely make your eyelashes pop even more. So, I mean, fall season, it looks like this. That's exactly what I mean. So, let me go. I will finish. Yeah, that was my last thing. I'll finish everything else and then I'll come back and we will talk about this tutorial. Guys, so now I am done with the all Tarte tutorial. With the full face Tarte tutorial, this is the finished look. It looks really good. I like it. Tarte's products, though, I've always really been into. Like, I don't know. I think the first thing I actually tried was their Tarteist Glossy. That's what I treated myself for my birthday one year. And I really, really liked it. I know some of their formulas for like foundations and concealers are kind of but everything I use today, I really, really love. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial Tuesday. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, or you can always hit me up on social media. Thank you so much for watching Diamonds and Denim. Bye.